Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in to Schmidt's Farm and Outdoors. Today we're bear baiting. I have a tag for Zone B in northern Wisconsin, and it takes like at least 10 years of preference points built up to pull a tag for this area, just because there's so much, there's a lot of bear in this area and they want to keep the population that way, so they allow a minimum amount of hunters in here. But anyway, we started a week ago, and this is kind of what's left of the bait scene. We had kind of 2 stumps filled up, and they completely went through it all. And so we're back after a week to top it all off with some of the bait here. So kind of give a look at how we're baiting is so right here we have peanut butter chocolate wafer crackers with a little bit of granola on top, and that's mixed in throughout here. And then over here we have a mixture of corn with molasses, maple syrup, and caramel. And then finally, to kind of finish it off, we have some apples and then apple pie crust. It's broken up and stuff like that. And then apple pie filling. So this is going to be like kind of the sweet stuff over here. The corn will be a little bit of a mixture of both, but then the granola is going to help them pack on the pounds for winter, and that's kind of what they're going to be going on. Alright, now since we have the 2 stumps baited, you have to cover them with something natural. So we have kind of stump lids, and we're just keeping it so that deer and other animals can't really get into them. This is only for bear. And that'll ensure nothing gets in other than bear until they come and get it. So, alright, couple more tricks for how to improve your bait site. And then, so after you're done baiting, if this is your first bait like we did last week, you can use bacon smear. So this is for bear. What you do is you take a stick and you smear it on the tree bark, and then when the wind catches the trees, it'll take the scent a little bit further than the bait pile will. And then this one's anise, and so that's gonna be like black licorice smell. And so these two are kind of gonna be like the scent attractors, and then what'll keep them coming is the bait. So definitely good tricks for how to attract bears to your bait site during season, or even leading up to it.
First preseason bear. He's not a bad one, just looking around, checking out his surroundings. The second one, we have a really small bear. He might be the one that I have footage of later on in the video. The third one, here's just a couple pictures of a bear moving through the area, checking out the trail cameras. That's pretty normal behavior, especially for something new in their area. This guy comes in and he immediately stuffs his face in the bait pile, trying to make sure no other bear can get at his food. Here's a bear in the 300-pound range. He's one of the better ones that we have coming to the bait. He's able to tip over that stump upside down, and that's impressive because it's easily 40 or 50 pounds. It's heavy carrying into the woods. It's good to see some larger bear coming into the bait closer to season. And this guy might even be a little bit bigger, definitely close to 350 pounds plus. Alright, so we're back at the cabin, and we've been baiting bear for the last 7 or 8 weeks, twice a week, running up north, filling up the stumps. And so what we've really switched from that first video that I showed you guys earlier on was we stuck primarily to the peanut butter chocolate wafers with the granola. They've just been liking that more from what the trail camera pictures have been showing and what has been left over when we go in and rebait. So that's just this stuff right here. So we buy these in barrels, and you know, it's just exactly what we were showing you guys before, just granola with peanut butter chocolate wafers. So they've been very interested in that as of late. And then So the bears get the peanut butter chocolate wafers with granola, and then here's my food stash for the week. So there's apples, pretzels, granola bars, applesauce, Gardettos, sunflower seeds, and then peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and water. Yeah, so I'm gonna be packing lunches and eating in the stand. I'm gonna be sitting most of the day. So that's kind of like the plan here. Nothing that needed to be refrigerated or had too short of a shelf life. So, all right, guys, we're officially bear hunting, and I'm just gonna give you a 180 degrees view of the stand. So right here we have cedars. Um, so there's tall cedar trees and then short pines, and then out in front, that's our bait. If I'll zoom in a little bit here. It got hit last night, so we can go back and check the camera and see what was on it. But there's a stump and there's a log right on the stump, and the log's knocked over, so we'll go check out what hit it last night. And then out to the right, or out to the left, it's just some more tall cedars, so hopefully something comes in and we get an opportunity to take a bear. So a little bit of time has passed since the clip that you guys just saw with the black bear coming into the bait, and he kind of checked it out but didn't really fully commit to it. He stuck around for about 10 minutes and then he walked off. That was on the second day of the season, and at that point in time I didn't think that it was a bear that I wanted to take. I thought it was around 130 pounds, and he might have been a little bit smaller. He came in after dark that night, and I got a couple good pictures of him on the trail camera. And I think I would have been slightly embarrassed to shoot that one. I mean, you know what they say, like a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. But at this stage in my hunting career, I feel like if I'm going to harvest an animal, I really want it to be a mature one that I feel um, good about getting. And this just wasn't one of those situations. it's the last week of the season now, and so I've had some time to go hunting quite a bit between that clip you guys saw and now, and so it's been about 4 weeks since that last clip, and I've been having a great time hunting bear at the cabin. We've had turkeys come into the field. My girlfriend came up one of the weekends with me, and as I was out bear hunting, there was turkeys right out the patio door, and that was pretty sweet to see. And then there's a couple mornings that I woke up and I was getting ready to go out bear hunting, and there was deer just strolling through the field, and just acting like there was nothing, no danger around. And that couldn't be the further from the truth, but yeah, I was really targeting a large bear, and we had tons of them coming in early season on camera, and I felt confident that that a larger one would present itself. And in the second week of the season, I had the camera zoomed in too far, and I did have about a 200-pound bear come in, and he got about 10 yards away from the bait pile, and I was zoomed in so far in the camera settings that I didn't capture good footage of him. But his nose went up to the air, and he started walking away. And at that time, like, everything's happening so quick, I was able to put the crosshairs on the back of his head as he was walking away. But I didn't feel like that was an ethical shot at the time, and I still had a couple weeks to hunt, and so that opportunity kind of walked away on me. And my dad did get a bear last season from the same stand that I'm hunting out of this year, and so he shot one that was around 235 pounds after it was field dressed. And I have a picture of it laying in a sled, and the sled's longer than 6 feet, and this bear is packed in the sled. And so there's large bear in the area, and so I guess by passing on that first one, I really thought that I'd have a couple more good opportunities to get one, and that just hasn't been the case. I do feel like it's harder to get a bear later in the season because after, other hunters are pressuring bear in different areas, different properties, and then there's deer season starting up. Lots of acorns are falling in the woods. Corn is starting to get fully grown, and now a lot of bear are hiding in the corn patches around the woods that I'm hunting in. And so I think it's a little bit more challenging to get one later season versus the opportunities that I had right away in the first day or two of the season. But I'm still hunting pretty hard, and this is the last week, and then I'm gonna go out and see if I can punch my tag. Well, guys, this is my last morning to hunt before the season closes, and unfortunately I wasn't able to have another opportunity at a bear. The baits got hit again last night, so I think there's lots of nocturnal activity. But I'm gonna be pulling out equipment here real soon. But kind of like a recap on the season. Really early on, I had that small bear come in, and the goal was to harvest a large bear, something that was above average size, and I was never really given that opportunity. But kind of to reflect on that, I think there's a lot of value in having self-control and respect for yourself, not coming away from what you want, not backing down. And even though things don't go according to plan, I think it's important to talk about when things don't go according to plan. I think it's important to talk about regret minimalization. What would I regret less? Like, leaving the season without my tag being punched, or taking a small bear really early on like I could have. And the choice that I made in that moment, and I think it was the best decision, is to continue hunting and risk the chance of not filling the tag, and unfortunately that's what happened here. You know, but there's a lot to look forward to, you know, in the next couple weeks. It's definitely fall. Definitely feels like fall. It was 32 degrees this morning when I woke up. Next weekend I'm going pheasant hunting, so that's going to be exciting, and shortly after, the rut will start for Wisconsin whitetails. So yeah, I'll look forward to going and chasing after those two species, and hopefully if you guys get the chance to go bear hunting, maybe you guys can use some of the skills and tactics I used, and you know, if anything, it was educational and somewhat engaging. So all right, I'll see you guys in the next video.